Okay, here's something that's been bothering me lately. I've been scrolling around on YouTube, and because I once watched a channel, 3 years down the line, it decides to show me those same videos again. Point in case, what we're discussing today, Shane Dawson. I know your heart just stopped there for a second when I mentioned his name, but please, stick with me. If you don't remember, back in like the mid-2010s, Shane Dawson had like all these different docuseries that came out that would get like 20 to 40 million views per episode. I want to dive into that because they popped back up on my recommended the other day. I don't know why I watched them. Now look, I'm gonna say, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, some of them are good, but a lot of them are fucking terrible. Let's start with the good. Okay, the first one I remember watching was Tanacon.
Now, it got canceled, thank God. Nobody got seriously hurt. But now we're left in a place where I don't know if anybody's getting refunds. I haven't been able to really talk to anybody.
For those of you uninitiated, Tanacon, Tana Moja put on this convention to compete against VidCon, and it was a complete disaster.
Get in.
Then she needs to give everybody their money.
Yeah.
She created her own event called Tanacon, and it got shut down today.
But Shane Dawson was meant to be scheduled to do an appearance there, so he created a docuseries out of it. Now here's why I actually think this series works. Nothing's been pre-thought out. This is him just making content on the fly. It was really exciting to kind of watch, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think, after talking to these kids, it's like they just want to hear us talk about it. They want to hear you talk about it. Even if you don't know everything, they just want, more.
I agree, and I've been really afraid for the past 2 days about saying anything.
I enjoyed finding out what was happening in this weird story that I saw everywhere on the internet when it happened.
Need to talk about what the actual hell happened at a thing called Tanacon.
Tanacon.
And he was right there to capture it in real time. That's fascinating.
There's so much more wrong than the people outside, and that's the first problem, that you think that that's the only thing wrong. I love you. Down is so heartbreaking.
Well, this is taking quite the turn.
But then I'm gonna fast forward. We're gonna jump to the mind of Jake Paul. How did you think you need an 8-part series on Jake Paul? No one needed that in their life. Thank you. Also, appreciate my Shane drawing. It was like so messed up, man. The Mind of Jake Paul was meant to be taking you behind the scenes of Jake Paul after a bunch of controversies that happened. Telling his story, showing you inside his weird, eccentric life. But here's the thing. He's just kind of a douchebag. How do you make 8 parts of a story about that? To start with, Shane decides that he's going to bring a therapist along undercover. And they're going to see whether Jake Paul is a sociopath. I remember that word being a hot topic and being everywhere on YouTube right after this documentary aired.
A sociopath. What does it mean, and why is everyone talking about it? Now, this topic is being widely discussed on YouTube thanks to Shane Dawson's latest video, The Dark Side of Jake Paul.
Now, look, it's pretty unethical to do that, and it's a pretty dangerous thing to try and diagnose, especially with a therapist that doesn't have the knowledge.
My name is Katie Morton, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist.
But my biggest issue with this series was nothing really happens. You have an episode with Nick Crompton for some reason.
Things for me started getting different when Greg Paul got involved.
You have another episode completely on Alyssa Violet, and I get that you're kind of uncovering all the drama and all the stories that happened behind the Team 10. Do you guys remember Team 10? What's happened to Team 10?
I am no longer a part of Team 10.
Jake Paul's Team 10 is slowly dwindling away. Over the last few weeks, several of its core members have announced they are leaving.
But you had episodes dedicated to like Jake Paul's family and his upbringing. Why did we need 8 parts? There was no content there. You were literally searching for content and something to pull out of your ass to extend this series. I don't know why I'm getting so hot on this topic right now, but it really pissed me off to go back and see some of these documentaries, and I was like, why was the internet obsessed with this? If someone can let me know in the comments, that would be great. Because I don't understand. They're not edited well, the pacing's all over the place, and for the most part, nothing's happening. So yeah, if you could just let me know in the comments why you watched them, did you watch them? I'd be interested to know. That's my reaction for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.